All right, guys, we're back. Episode number 9, Cheerful Wisdom Podcast,
It's titled The Healing Process.
the healing process. So, how do you heal? Where does the process even begin, Javan?
It's a very beginning. You have to have a beginning point of healing, because healing is very deep, man. People can get hurt if you don't watch what you say, watch how you handle yourself, how you carry yourself, man. It's just, man, healing process, like I said, it starts from page 1 all the way down. It's like reading a book, like you're reading the script, certain steps of what to do and how to do it. There's emotional, there's physical, there's
Mental, spiritual.
mental, spiritual. So it's broken down into categories. Not every situation pertains to everybody, but when you break it down to certain categories, whatever pertains to you, that's how it comes to your heart, how it's the connection. So, people go through a lot of different healing situations. Everybody's different. For example, when you're trying to heal, you got to think of, what's the first thing that I need to do to take that process? Like I said, people are different. So, what would you do?
I guess, obviously it depends on the situation. I just kind of like stop and, gather my thoughts and kind of take a chill and, whatever.
You have to, because if you don't gather your thoughts, man, if you don't gather your thoughts before you guys speak, the tongue could be very dangerous.
It's almost like whenever you're angry, and in that moment of anger, whatever you do or you say, you'll end up regretting. So in that situation, you just gotta just take a chill and just gather yourself, whether you need to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, hours to heal, a day. I don't know. There's, different types of ways to heal.
Everybody's different. Like we said, everybody's different. So, when you're going through the whole healing process, you got to think of not only yourself, but other people around you too as well. Just because you're going through something, that doesn't mean everybody else, has to suffer with you. And, it's okay to grieve and everything, but, there's limitations as far as healing. People, man, you could get your heart broke tremendously, and it's like, okay, how do you heal from that? That's a major thing that we should talk about. Like when you get it, say, for example, somebody just goes out and they use, harsh words towards you. They might cheat on you. They might, anything to gain this trust and not gain the trust. There's all kinds of stuff when it comes to you, like in a deep wounded healing process. You like I said, you lose trust. That's why it's hard for some people, especially, to regain the stuff in relationships, because they've been hurt so bad in the past and they're trying to heal from their past. But the thing that's scary about life and about relationships is sometimes the next person that might be that, like they say, next woman up, next man up, that person might have to suffer because of somebody else's past, of what God did to them. So I feel like you shouldn't have to make the person suffer at all just because, your past. Yes, people are going to have walls, but never judge a book by its cover. Because if we go out and start judging a book by its cover, we're just going to sit here and we're going to guess their life story, but you never know. Everybody has a struggle, everybody has a story, everybody has a past. But, sometimes I believe if two people are together and they can get past the past, and you have your side of experience and the other person's experience, and you put that together as a whole, I feel like that's strong.
Let's say, for example, I think one of the best medicines for the healing process is time. And for example, if you break your bone, I don't know how many weeks or months it'll take to, whatever you broke. Maybe it was your arm or your leg, but your body needs time to heal. So, whether you need to get surgery or something else, and whatever situation that you're going through right now, I honestly think it's just time that you need it. At the beginning it might be hard, but as the days go,
you can go through it. You can get through it. It's going to be very hard, like he was saying, but there's always a ending point to the beginning. there's there's always a beginning to the end, and there's a middle of the story. So when your life continues through this healing process, you either gain momentum, you learn from your mistakes, and you use that for your your next situation, or just even in general in life. And as you're going along and you're healing, just make sure you don't hurt other people at all. Try to avoid that. Everybody has the right to feel their feelings, but as you're going along, you could also hurt somebody else. I feel like the person should also respect you too, as during the healing process. It goes hand in hand. It goes both ways.
Because you could be the one person helping them.
Yep.
Your friend or whoever process. It may be.
Yep. And you may never know that. You might say, "Well, I'm going through this. I'm doing this." But that one person can help you, change your feeling, or that one person can help you bring you up when you're down. We all have rainy days and cloudy days, but it's about what we're gonna do about it. Or it's about self. You have to self-prepare yourself to be ready to take over for your actions, because when people get emotional, that's when your actions take over everything. So,
and sometimes maybe it's just that you need to be a good listener and be there for your friend or person that's going through something or a situation,
because the day we stop, for example, I say the day we start just saying I know, I'm gonna be honest, the person that tells you that, they don't know everything. They think they know everything, but the wise person actually sits back and they listen to the person, and they gain information, and then they gain affirmation too, and then they bring everything to go together as a whole, and then you feed off of that energy. And then I want to talk about healing and connections with people.
Okay.
So that's a very deep thing. People could also get connections from people you may never know. You might be like, man, I never thought I could get a connection with this person. People might say, hey, well, you were in this situation. How is this going to be connected to me? But if you feel a certain way towards somebody, or somebody feels a certain way towards you, and they have a connection, I think it's great. That's another great healing process, because that helps you too. A connection makes a whole connection. Two makes one. So, you got to think of different ways to heal, whether it's talking to somebody, a friend, a family member, they give you advice. But as you're going through the healing process, you don't always have to listen to what people are saying either. You can, like, for me, for example, I follow and I listen to my heart. Because just because somebody's saying something, that doesn't mean you have to follow. So.
And, the healing process, whatever you're going through, maybe someone that you're talking to or that is trying to help you, maybe they've been through maybe a similar situation that you're going through right now, and they could relate to it. Yeah. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you just need someone maybe that went through a similar situation, like, hey man, or I went through the same thing, and you know what, it's gonna be all right. You just maybe need some time, and
you could actually go through it together, not alone. You take like I said earlier, your experience and their experience, and you bring it together and say, okay, well, I can bring this, you can bring this. What can we do with what we have right in front of us?
It's like our friends are your best friends, or the people that you have in your inner circle. That's your therapy session right there, and that's free, no charge. Versus, you go into, if you need therapy, then go, get professional help.
Yeah.
But your friends, the people that you have around you, that's free therapy right there. Even if you just need to vent, maybe that's all you need sometimes, is to vent and just get your emotions and what you're feeling out.
Yeah, when you hold your feelings inside, people either reach their boiling point, they just get tired, they don't know how to handle things. But I also have to say about healing, man, you have to respect people in their healing process too as well. Because I think people get overlooked in that. They're like, okay, yeah, you're grieving, you're trying to heal, but you have to respect and you have to appreciate, what they're going through, how they're going through it, and they're figuring themselves out too. Because I believe just because you're going through a healing process, that doesn't mean you can go out and not talk to somebody and catch a connection or catch a feeling. You know what I'm saying? You could, like he was saying, when Gadiel was saying earlier, you know, that person might help you as you go along. So you're not stuck by yourself. You guys grow together. You guys, and even if it's just, you know, by yourself, you still need that strong inner circle around you. Because if that circle breaks, guess what? There's nothing. There's just you. You might be sad. You might be depressed during your healing. It's up to you to get up and say, you know what? I'm going to make the necessary move so I can be happy again. Because you could easily just sit there and just, you know, be sad for a whole 2 months, 3 months.
It's like crying over spilled milk.
Yeah.
All right, you can be upset at the situation, but sooner or later you have two choices. You could either clean it up or just sit there until you're either ready or just sit there.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't blame your past on your current situation. I'm not saying forget, but continue on. Because if we just sit here and point, and we don't do something, you know, about the situation, so we don't end up in that situation ever again, then there's a problem. So it's up to us to fix the whole situation. Because until you stand for that and say, you know what, I'm going to achieve these goals. I'm going to go, you know, back to school. I'm going to do a lot of things. You know, I don't want to be miserable anymore. I want to get out and enjoy life. You know, so I don't know about you. Do you want to be miserable for the rest of your life?
No, of course not. You want to live your best life, and of course you want. I like to see the best in people. I want people to be great, you know. I want everyone to level up.
Yep. Because the day you stop, you know, caring too about somebody, then there's a big problem, because we're out here on this earth, I believe, just to bring each other, uplift each other, and, you know, plant that seed throughout the life, you know, throughout wherever you go. I'll give you guys an example. Today, I'm getting gas today. I see a homeless man. And something, you know, even me, I'm going through a healing process, but something tugged on my heart today, and it made me stop and say, you know what? I don't have all the money in the world, but let me give this homeless guy something, because maybe this will heal him some kind of way. You never know. The little seed that you plant can heal somebody. So I was going around the corner. I got out of my car. I said, no, my conscience, my heart told me, you need to give this guy some money. I don't really do that, but when I do that, it's because my heart told me to do it. So I got out, I gave it to him, say, hey man, here, it's not much. And he went from like a frown on his face to uplifted. You know, that it could be it doesn't have to be a big healing. You know, you could heal somebody just like that.
Or, you know, even better, if you're thinking about someone, or you haven't talked to someone in a long time, why don't you call them up? Or just say a simple, hey, good morning, or hey, you know what I do to people when I see them, or if I like the person, or just, you know, it's random, I always say, if I'm really interested in the person, hey, how's your family doing? And sometimes that's all it takes, is a simple, hey, good morning, how's your family doing? Are you doing all right?
Yeah, because people go through a lot of things. Everybody, like I said, I say this continuously, everybody has a story. You know, nobody's better than anybody. You know, first of all, nobody's sitting here to put anybody down, which you shouldn't. And third, you should always strive for the best in every situation that you think of in, you know, everyday life. So you guys just out there, I just like we said, you know, and when it comes to, you know, physical healing, like for example, I go to the gym. That is my healing like I could have a rough day, and when you go into the gym, it's your time. You know, I throw on music personally.
I mean, that's the best right there.
And I just work out, and I feel like I put all that stress and that time that I need to get out, I put it on just whatever if it's cardio, lifting weights, you know, you got to set up your own healing program, I guess you can say.
I think music is a great form of, you know, therapy, healing. For example, me personally, when I have trouble sleeping or something, I I put on rain music and I listen to rain sounds. So when you're in bed and your mind is running at 80 miles, 100 miles per hour,
it's basically called meditation.
Exactly, meditate. I put on rain music, and once I hear that the rain sounds, within a couple minutes I'm out, and I'm telling my body, hey, it's time. It's time to lay down. Let's get this rest in, and let's wake up the next day.
You want to know something interesting? I actually got introduced to meditation music the other day, and I actually took the time, man, and I laid in my bed, man, and I listened to it, man, and I watched this video with it, and I was like, man, I felt like I was there, like it was like showing the mountains and showing the water, and I feel like I wasn't thinking about nothing else, bro. It was just, I was there. Sometimes we need to step outside of our elements, bro, and do things to just bring us up,
Sometimes maybe you just need to step away from a while, or maybe go on a mini vacation, or just go read a book and just do what's best for you.
Yep, whatever is your outlet, you got to figure that out yourself during the healing process. Because, everybody is going to have their time where they need to heal. I don't know any human out there that hasn't needed a healing process whatsoever throughout their life. If you're out there, type your name, write in the comment. I want to know this. I want to know your story.
And I'm going to challenge anyone who's listening, go reach out to a person that you haven't talked to in a long time. Or, just go send them a text message. Call them. Something. Or maybe you're the one who needs someone.
You take somebody out. Go hang out with them.
Go reach out.
You never know, like, what they're going through. They might not tell you, but hey. They might tell you, hey, when you're hanging out, guess what? I've been going through the roughest time of my life, but I just didn't know how to tell you or how to tell anybody.
Go out, get some coffee, get a smoothie, get some ice cream, do lunch, do dinner. Share a meal together with someone.
If you like the nightlife, go out and have fun. But don't sit here and complain about life and you're not doing anything. You got to get out. You got to do certain steps, to heal yourself. Don't just lay down and cover your face with a blanket all day and lay in bed and expect your issues to get fixed. Until you make that first move to fix your issues will never be fixed.
It's funny, for little kids, if they trip or they fall, they have a bruise or they're bleeding, they always feel better with a bandage on. So maybe something going on in your life right now, put that bandage on and then get up and go.
That's true, because what happens when they put that bandage on? Everything stops.
They feel better. The kid stops crying. The kid stops crying. Okay.
Continue to go play.
Even if the kid doesn't need it, you're just like, all right, here's a bandage, and they automatically feel better.
Yep.
It's like a safety net.
It's a safety net. It's like that comfort, You definitely have to be comfortable.
That's why they call it comfort food.
In your comfort zone as well. Comfort zone. When you know anything in life, you're in your comfort zone, bro. You feel unstoppable.
If you need car parts, AutoZone. Get in the zone. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
That's not a sponsored segment.
We're definitely not sponsored with them.
By AutoZone.
Nope. But, yeah, so we want to hear your guys' comments and responses on this. And our next episode, we're actually going to do our first video. I know we've kind of been dragging a little bit. It's about accountability, so I take full responsibility. And
we take full responsibility.
There you go. We take full responsibility. And we just want the best for everybody. When we want to continue to hear feedbacks on this title that we, the healing process. We heard a little bit of feedback on that, and we wanted to do it. So anything you guys want to hear, we want to do that. So you guys, like, comment, share. You guys know everything when it comes to, YouTube,
Facebook.
Instagram.
Yep.
Everything.
We're out there.
You guys know where to find us.
Or maybe you have a question for us, or you want us to talk about something in a future episode.
Like, don't be afraid to sit here and write what's on your mind. Because, when I do these podcasts and we do these together, I have no filter. I just go.
This is pretty much straight from the heart.
Because you want to be authentic, you don't want to be fake. So that's what we do here. So we don't sit here and want to just write a whole story and a whole movie. We're out, like I said, from day one, is to reach out to people and reach the whole world, continue, and we don't want to stop doing that. So
start the healing process right now.
You got to. It starts right now, not tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a big healing step, but take the little minimum steps today, whether it, like we were saying, phone call, take somebody out, bless somebody with something, whatever it is, whatever you guys want to do. Find something out of one of those things that we discussed and apply it to your life today.
And that's it for episode number 9. The healing process. See you guys on the next episode.